environment, Tez.
Welcome to the Tezdown. Welcome.
Environment, Tez.
Mic check 1 2. Welcome. Welcome to the Tezdown. Party time. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, research, education, and parody. Under this act, fair use is permitted use of copyrighted content that might otherwise infringe on the exclusive rights of copyright holders. The Tezdown podcast is a platform for entertainment and education. Edutainment, a blend of education and entertainment, emphasizes content that informs while it entertains. The views expressed in this channel's commentary do not necessarily reflect or represent the views of the hosts, and may not always reflect complete or verified accuracy of information presented. All content, including commentary, analysis, and discussion, falls within the legal parameters of fair use. We make no claims to ownership of any third-party content. This is the Tezdown. Sports unscripted, culture unfiltered. Thank you for understanding.
No more day job, I was tired of being a slave. 1,000,001 ways for a man to get paid. Rather work myself into my own damn grave than to get these bloodsuckers another damn day. Gotta find a way to make my own way. Trying to run my race with my own race.
Bro, what are you talking
They say
about,
we come
man?
from monkeys, so when I die, split my money with my apes. When I die, split my money with my apes.
What?
Taste makers, y'all ain't really got no taste. Pour some Bel Air, celebrate cause we great. And pour something out for my homies that ain't make it. When I die, split my money with my apes. Till then, I'ma have a baddie feed me grapes. Till then, I'ma switch the motto and the make. When I die, split my money with my apes. I ain't got no boss, Dame Dash. Still 60 million in my forecast. I'm about to put the logo in the floor mats. Ain't gonna be happy to me or Roth check the same bag. 10 years in and I ain't mad. It usually go fast when it came fast. You the woulda, coulda, shoulda at the barbershop. Said you had all the talent but you ain't last. I'd rather say I tried and I came last. I'd rather make a throw than know I can't pass. They say hard time build character. If you ain't been through nothing, how the hell we know you ain't glass? If you built to fail, do it while we on land. Everybody around me is their own man. If you can't hold your own, you on your own, man. Get so much done that they think I got a clone, man. When I die, split my money with the apes. Who the hell went and let this bear up out the cave? I don't hardly sleep, so I can't hibernate. Lot of sacrifice when you tryna be the greatest. When I die, split my money with my apes. Till then, I'ma have a baddie feed me dates. Till then, I'll enjoy being on the way. All the doubt in the world can't stop me from my fate. I was born on this earth to be great. I'm the flyest one here, so we late. If she bad and
Welcome to the Tezdown. We got a lot to talk about today. How are you guys been doing over this last couple of days and this weekend? Oh yeah. We got a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot
Blah, blah, gay sex, blah, blah, Congress.
Today's episode is called None of This Works. None of this works. And we're going to talk about the two-income household, finances, family dynamics. We're going to watch a surveillance video and a story about a lady who is absolutely nuts. Do y'all dislike Karens too? I'm not a big fan of Karens. We're gonna watch a Karen video. Shout out to you, Soft Rain. I know you wanted to get another one of these in, and I know who we got in here right now. We got Roxy in the building. What's up, Roxy? We got Big Skull. What's up, Big Skull? How you doing? Oh, I was muted. Oh yeah, he hits the likes away, y'all. He hit the likes. Let's go. All right, guys. So we got to get into the show today. Actually, let me change this because Tiz got called out the other day, and he's still waiting on somebody to answer him. So let's go change this. None of this works. Live editing, y'all. Live editing. You can't teach it. I mean, I probably could, but why would I want to? None of this works. None of it. I would like to begin the day with saying, thank you guys for letting me know what was going on while I was out. I do appreciate it. We got some high profile and, controversial opinions that are a part of our show every single day, but you guys keep rocking with me and letting me know what's going on. And I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate you. I really do. Let's start the show. Yeah, let's switch it up a little bit. We'll do sports last today. Let's start the show. When a Karen messes with the wrong people, let's start the show off quick. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna start it out. And guys, we can switch up the show anytime we want. We can do anything we want here. Let's go. Y'all saw this lady on the title card. We're gonna watch and see what happens in this, and we're gonna see what happens.
Your phone 24/7.
I don't care.
School girl, you don't even fucking work. She has to go out and work.
Well, let's go past this music. So we got surveillance video of the lady. She's interrupting the people.
Welcome to the first episode of the white community. They always want to say,
shout out to House of Hypocrites for the video. I appreciate you for that, man.
Shit about black folks, so we gonna put the fire and the spotlight on their ass. So this particular woman called herself assaulting a minor. I think she's 16, 17 years old. But she don't know this particular young girl is a boxer. And she got exactly what she was asking for. Now, before the police come, the father is going to explain what transpired before his daughter had to do what she had to do. Mind you, this is a 16, 17-year-old girl that she tried to assault. Black girl. It has to have something to do with something racial going on in her goddamn mind that she do not like.
I mean, so let's ask the question here. Are people inherently when you see a black person doing something in a neighborhood, are you inherently thinking that they're doing something nefarious or bad? I really got to know, because lately I've heard a lot of people talk about how horrible black people are to live around and be with. So I want to know, somebody tell me, what do you think these people were doing to incur the wrath of this Karen?
When it comes to these people, you all the way took damn near a block down the street, sweeping the goddamn ground with your blower, trying to throw dust in these kids' face. Then it looks like these kids are trying to run around and antagonize her, but the son and the daughter are boxers. So what boxers do for their conditioning is run. And since he a good father, hey, you gonna take the laps in front of, our house on our goddamn block. It's long enough for you to get good conditioning in. She know they do that. It's a regular thing that they do. But for some reason, she felt like she had to attack the goddamn girl. And she got what the she got what the fuck she didn't realize she was gonna get messing with these black kids.
That little girl
that's minding their goddamn business. It is.
Yeah, they're training. Look what they got on. They're training.
I'm sick of this white fatigue.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sick of the white fatigue.
No!
They gotta get control of themselves, bro. But before the police come,
I'm talking to you.
All right, good morning, guys. So for the random white people that wants to keep defending this lady, let me tell you guys something. Yeah. So just so you know,
What?
My kids, they usually do a run around this time. Right? They hit the run, all this end of the side. This lady, that's her house over there. Right? And she comes all the way over there to where my kids are playing, because I keep them on this side of the street, to blow dust in my kid's face. That is right here. My son's right there. She came all the way over here to blow dust in my kid's face. But I'm not gonna bother her. She's doing her thing now. She's not bothering me. Cool. But I'm gonna show you guys a video, because some of you guys are saying the music was too loud. Let me show you how loud the music was, right? So this is my camera. Right? The video I'm gonna post, you're gonna hear this, because that means my garage is shut. Because if one was open, the cops would have came to one of the open ones, right? So he's gonna knock on that stuff, and he's gonna say my music's not too loud. All right, I don't have to do this stuff and post this and show you guys, but I'm just trying to show you guys how far I went to leave this lady to alone, and how far she goes to consistently with black children for no reason, calling us the N-words, saying I'm a fucking loser dad because I have my phone out. Nigga, I'm a tattoo artist. I have to be on my phone. I'm trying to fucking get clients and stuff out here. I tattoo. I just moved here from Hawaii to Vegas. And yes, I got to be on my phone. That's how you get clientele. I don't know any other way, unless you want me to go door to door and try and sell solar panels. I don't know. But anyway, let me go show you guys something. Hold on.
Okay, guys, you can see the lady assaulted the girl first, and then the girl decided that she was going to react. So I got to ask you, what would you guys tell your kids to do in this situation? I know me, if somebody hits my little girl, I'm going to make sure that my little girl knows to hit them back. My little girl also has gotten involved with boxing and other sports, so we can't pretend that she isn't training a little bit. But I got to say, this is starting to get a little bit on the ridiculous side with people attacking people.
Yeah. Was that too loud?
I mean, I have a personal opinion.
Yeah. What is your personal opinion?
I would say it was fine because I was over in your house.
Yeah.
You know, so unless there's some really significant reason why you don't want to hear music, but
I mean, we can't have it too loud. I'm talking to them. That's like,
I don't want to discount their like stop feeling entirely.
Yeah.
Also, just because I mean, from a selfish perspective, police officers,
right?
We get the call, we have to be out here,
right?
Like, so I don't want to tell you, hey, keep down something that bothers you. Also, kind of
yeah.
Not a priority. Right. So I would just ask maybe just turn it down a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, we'll turn it off.
Maybe they'll stop calling.
Yeah. No, she's not gonna stop calling. If she sees us outside running, she does it all the time. But, yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem.
The crazy thing is, she called the police.
Yep, she called the police,
thinking they was gonna be on her side, cause she a white woman. Thinking they was gonna be on her side, and this is what happened.
Roxy said, no, people just don't know how to mind their own business. Not everyone is doing something wrong, and she's not the police, nor were these kids being chased by police. They were just being kids, and actually they were training because they train in boxing. They're running. They were running in sweats, gray sweats. It's not like they were playing games or throwing balls or doing anything that irritates old people. Roxy said, defend herself or people will learn to keep their hands to themselves. But now it's consequences. F-A-F-O. F-A-F-O. Thank you for picking up my euphemisms. So the dad came down because the police wanted to take the little girl?
All right, guys, so check it out. This is my gym, right? Keep my kids in here. My kids are boxers. You guys already seen the other videos. The music wasn't loud. The cops said it was.
This is an excellent home gym, by the way. I would love to have a home gym of this type of acumen. There's some title belts on the walls with me. They're probably good as well. I know boxing has a lot of belts, but you don't just win a belt for nothing. You got to actually win the belt.
Wasn't loud. You can hear the birds chirping, nothing. But this is how far I went, you know.
They got a whole ring set up in the garage. Ah, yeah, I like this.
They're saying, oh, why are you trying to provoke her? This is how far I went. My garage is shut. For 2 months, we've been training in science, doing our own thing. We bought a treadmill so my kids don't have to be harassed by her anymore. I didn't have to buy this, but I bought it so that my kids can train in peace without having.
Man, that's messed up. You had to buy a treadmill even though outside is free. You see the type of world that we live in? Once again, this show is going to be talking about a lot to do with finances and how we deal with finances in America. Don't you think that it was more economical to have the kids be outside? Don't you think that it's better for their breathing if they're outside breathing real air while they're running around? Well, depending on where you live at, because some places have horrible air quality. We're not even going to talk about that right now. But this is starting to get ridiculous. He had to change their entire lifestyle. And the fact that these kids are doing something positive and being healthy and training because a lady had a problem with it. That's not cool. That's not fair. And that's not right. Not in my opinion.
Having to be harassed and called or getting fucking water shot at them or rubbish thrown at them and being harassed on a daily basis just cause, right? So this is what I did. So she's so nosy because she doesn't see my kids outside no more doing anything. She decides, what is that family doing over there? Let me call the cops and waste first responders' times where they could be out here helping people that really need it. Let me call them and say that the music is too loud so that they can go over there and we can open the garage and see what they're doing. That's what she did, right? So since...
Do y'all train without music? I don't. I don't train without music. Music is playing the entire time.
You want to play games? Of course I turn the music up and open the garage. That's perfectly legal. I'm allowed to play music. It was past 10 o'clock. I'm allowed to play music. Now, if it inconveniences you, that's you, but it's not breaking the law. If you're going to play games, yeah, I did provoke it. I turned the music up because you bothered us in the middle of our fucking training session when my daughter's about to fight in a week. You want to come and call the cops on us because you don't know what we're doing in here now. It's bothering you. You come outside, you're trying to water your yard, you're looking over. What are they doing? What are they doing? I don't know what black people are doing. I need to know what black people are doing. So let me call the cops so they can open the garage and I can see what black people are doing. All right. So don't get mad at me because this lady is fucking bored out of her life. She wants to bother us. You asked for it for 4 months and we didn't give it to you. That 4-month mark hit and now you started hitting my kids. Now you're going to pay for it. I am not going to tell my kids, oh, just because I don't know how old she is, but I'm not, you could be 95. If you hit my kid, hit that motherfucker.
Look, this version of America is not a version of America that any of us seem to be safe in. And this is why you train your kids so that nobody can take advantage of them. Nobody can hurt them this way. And so when it's time for FAFO, they FAFO, okay? F around and find out is what that means. F around and find out. And these kids were trained by their dad, both male and female, were trained by their dad to make sure that if somebody F's around with them, those people were going to F around and find out. I'm 100% with this. I'm 100% with it. If you guys don't believe me, you didn't watch any of my videos before I started this channel because my daughter is always in the gym with me. And you can even hear her in the background of my videos of me sparring. You can hear my daughter in the background. My daughter thinks that she's my trainer. She does. She thinks she's my trainer. She thinks she's my head coach. She thinks she's my hydration specialist. She thinks she's the person that takes care of my meds when I need them. I appreciate having a loving, caring daughter, but I also know that I would not have that if I was not a loving, caring father who protects her at every turn, you know, and has for her entire life. So this is a good thing to be a part of your kid's life and to train them in the way that they should go.
And it just determines on what it is. If it's an elderly and they hit you for something and, you know, you deserve it, hey, don't respect your elders, you know? It didn't hurt you, it didn't bother you. If it's this elder and they're just disrespecting you, spitting on you, talking negative to you all the time, degrading you, and you keep taking this and then they hit you, oh, bitch, I don't give a how old you are. You could be older than tell us for the crip, bro, I'm knocking you the out. All right, guys. So don't sit there and say my kids are thugs. I clearly, I was a trouble teen, right? I did jail time. I've done some pretty wild shit. But I'm trying to change my kids' future. You know what I mean? I've done things. I don't want my kids being like that. I moved out here for a better opportunity for my kids. And it is what it is. It happened. It's unfortunate. I'm not proud of what happened, but I'm happy that my daughter stood up for herself. And
I am so happy that your daughter stood up for herself. And you know, I'm with you on that.
I'm happy this lady's okay. Nobody's really hurt. Nothing's too bad happened. It was a small little lesson for both parties, right? My daughter learned how to step up to herself and not allow people to disrespect her.
What's up, Andrew? Dick, how you doing?
Just because she's a black person. My daughter learned that you're gonna need to have a camera on at all times because those cops that came the second time, those motherfuckers are acting like we were the problem, right? But because I showed the cops all of this, I showed them everything, they took my side. They didn't want to arrest her, but I pushed her. I'm like, no, because if I was the one that hit her, you guys would have arrested me. But now because she assaults my daughter defends herself, you guys are like, oh, no, but, you know, I don't think.
And see, that's a good one right there. I love the fact that he's laying this all out very plainly and very clearly. I love it. Because he's right. What would have happened if the kid would have ran back to him and be like, this lady hit me with a leaf blower? He's going to walk up to the lady. The lady might try to hit him with it. And at that point, she used the weapon on him, a blunt object, and he would have had to go at the lady. And then what happens when the police show up? They tried to take his daughter. They would have definitely taken him, and they probably would have found him guilty. That's just how it works. Even with the video evidence, they would have said that, oh, she was harmless. So the kid took care of it. And I have zero problem with the child standing up for themselves in the face of an adult, especially if that adult is treating them the way that this little girl had been treated. This is terrible, guys. This is terrible. I would never want my child to have to deal with some old ass lady who obviously was racist because all they're doing is running on the sidewalk. No bikes, no balls, no bats, nothing that can hurt anybody else, just gym shoes and sweat. It's a mess, is what it is. And we deal with this all the time. I remember when I was a kid, there used to be this old lady that was on the street. And every time I'd ride my bike by, she'd try to like either turn on her giant sprinklers that were like taller than these speakers that go up taller than the house. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the houses in Chicago, but like most of the houses that are in Chicago, they have sunken basements, like completely submerged basements, and you have one level. So it looks like it's a small house, but they're long. The houses in Chicago are long going back, and they're in the ground too. And so the water can shoot up higher. So this lady's got this sprinkler system going back and forth the entire time. And every time, and she wouldn't even have it on until we started to ride our bikes. And we're riding on the sidewalk. We're not riding in the street. We're not riding in front of people because there was nobody outside. You know, we're riding on the sidewalk, up and down the long sidewalk from one end of the block to this end of the block. And she wanted to do that to us all the time we were kids. We run back and tell my grandpa, hey, Grandma, this is what happened. Grandma come outside. Oh, that's Miss Such and Such. She don't like kids. She never had any. She don't like kids. She don't even want nobody to step on her grass. All that type of stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's grass. Get over it. You know, it's not like we're playing a full baseball game in front of your house. You know, we're not even over there. Like, or if we're on the sidewalk playing catch with a tennis ball, she would get upset about it. So where are we supposed to go? The fields at the time, back in the day, had glass in them. So if we go throw the tennis ball in the field of glass, we're probably going to get cut, get hurt, have to go to the hospital, get stitches, all that. Here's the thing, older people, leave the kids alone. Let the kids play. That's what they're supposed to do. So this is the same generation that doesn't want to sell us homes. It's the same generation that continually votes against us. This is the same generation that still likes to call us outside of our names, all types of N-words and monkeys and stuff like that, and chimps and all of this crazy stuff. And everybody always wants to point the finger at black people or anybody brown for having an attitude with people having an attitude with them. Why is that? So everyone can do whatever they want to do to us. Everyone can say whatever they want to say to us. And we got to sit there and we have to take it and we have to smile. Otherwise, we're chimping out. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, the black people are going to get mad. It's annoying. It's annoying. No, we're allowed to feel the way that we feel about how you treat us. I am allowed to say no. My kid is allowed to say no. Your kids are allowed to say no. Teach your kids what the word no means and how to effectively use it. I am not going to sit back and not teach my kids how to say no. No is very important. No, I'm not with it. I don't want to do that. That's not for me. That's not what we do over here.
No.
What?
I said no.
Why not?
I don't want to.
At all. All you have to do is be able to look forward, look back, and say no. And then stand up for yourself, especially in this type of situation. Karen got what was coming to her. She got crushed.
No. Do what you would do to me. We need that. All right, guys. So let's leave it simple as that.
See, she f***ed around to find out. Don't go around assaulting nobody children who ain't do a goddamn thing to you. Now your ass got to go to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Thanks, House of Hypocrites. I appreciate your video. I will be checking out this one too. Let me go ahead and save this one real quick. We're going to do that one another day. Why don't we do that one tomorrow? House of Hypocrites has a lot of good stuff, y'all. Y'all should go ahead and give House of Hypocrites a subscribe when you get the chance. You know what I mean? I appreciate it a whole lot. And if you get the chance to, go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it right now. Y'all stay here. I need y'all in here. We got the next part of the show coming. What we got on this? Boundaries are important for everyone. That means your kids too. You know, that boundaries is a big issue. Not only is it a big issue for children, it's a big issue for adults. You know how many times that people have these ridiculous arguments on the internet because they don't understand boundaries? I know you guys are probably tired of watching people only argue in these YouTube spaces in other places on the internet. I know everybody's tired of reality culture. I call it reality culture because it just makes it feel like everybody can do, say, and be all of these crazy things when none of that is true. None of that's true. You're a human being. You need to start acting like one. Yes, we're all important. We're all special. All of that stuff, whatever. Just know that if you infringe on my rights, my property, the freedoms that are afforded to me by the Constitution, and the fact that I'm living my life as a free individual, I'm going to do something about it. And so should everyone else. But arguing about nothing is never going to be good for anybody. It's not good for me. It's not good for you guys. I know you guys don't want to see it. I mean, that's just what it is. But if there's something to defend, even if it's your own name, have at it. You know, I'm a firm believer in practicing what you preach. I'm a firm believer in trying to take care of yourself. You know, I'm a firm believer in trying to get everything done that needs to be done as far as your physical health. You know, I do not believe in perfection. I believe in progress. And let me tell you, you know, if I can affect it each and every day, I'm going to affect each and every day. The same way as I choose to live my life and share it, because I don't think that hiding it is valuable. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not a private person. I'm extremely private. But what I'm saying is, if I'm going to be on here in front of you, I'm going to do it my way. If I'm going to be on here in front of you, I'm going to talk to you about things that are important to me. You know, so this is you guys know I'm a big proponent of practicing and practicing and practicing. No shade to Allen Iverson, you know, because he had it already. But a lot of us need to practice, and that's what I do. I practice, and sometimes I fail.
I didn't teach myself victory. I taught myself failure. To succeed, you must fail.
I'm just working, man. I'm just working. Trying to make sure that everything gets where it's supposed to be. And that's so I can take care of myself, so I can take care of my family and anybody that I might be around when it's time to put up or shut up. Because half the time, I'm not the one talking anyway. But I am willing to be the one that is doing the walking. So I'm gonna switch gears again, and we got more show for you guys today. I got a whole bunch more show for you guys today. I'm definitely about to switch these gears right now, and we got two more segments, at least two more segments. It's only 120. Let's see how long it takes us to get through these. But the next segment, we got the two income trap. I'm going to do that one last. The NFL got destroyed by a bunch of Joes over the weekend. That team included Tom Brady. This is the Tezdown. This is sports unscripted, culture unfiltered. And I like to talk about a little bit of all the things that happen in sports and culture and in real life. Does it make sense for the NFL to be putting out players who don't know the game of flag football? Now, mind you, I played flag football. I played professional football. And there are very big differences in both of these. Most of the time in flag football, you don't even have an offensive line. Now, the leagues that I enjoyed playing in when I played flag football, when I owned my team, it was called Unleashed. If you guys needed a reference, we had a 12-year career. That's a long time for a flag football team, guys. But we played in all the tournaments, won a turkey bowl here and there, won a league championship here and there. It was great. I had a good time, but it just wasn't the same game. It wasn't the same sport. And I'm going to play a little bit of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And the conversation that went down on the arena about this, you know, they're gonna let you in on their feelings about it, and I'm gonna comment on it as well. And we're gonna make this thing happen.
To those guys that play at the national level in flag football and what they do, because I'll never disrespect the game that you guys play, But first, when I pulled up to the game, right, it was at BMO Stadium, which is a soccer field. We all know soccer fields are wider than the NFL fields, right? The NFL field is about 3 times as big as the flag football field, right? I'm like, whoa. This is the field? It's about the third of the width. And I don't know what the yards are exactly.
Well, here's the thing. I played on full-length football fields for the majority of my career in flag. So for me, it was an excellent workout because I was getting used to all that running. It's a lot of running in flag football just because there's no tackling. But I got used to all that running. It helped me stay in shape for my regular football season every year. And that's why as soon as spring season came around, there was no football for me to play. I was playing flag football and in the winter when there was no football. So I was playing. Well, I shouldn't say the winter, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They have indoor leagues that happen after the regular football season, if that makes sense.
But it's about a third of the width and it's only about 60 yards long. So it's really so condensed, it's ridiculous. So that's one point. Smaller field. Now, when we talk about NFL players playing flag, let's use this game very, very lightly. We had about 6 retired guys out there, right? From Tom Brady, Gronk. We had some guys on the back end on their way out, Hopkins and Devontae Adams. Some streamers were on those teams. Odell was out there. Luke Kuechly, the biggest, strongest linebacker playing flag football. Like, if you're going to judge, Bond was stretched by the halftime of the other game. He was in street clothes. Like,
you guys needed like pass for
atmosphere
pants,
was charity football atmosphere. It was a party on the sideline. If you know anything about Fanatics, they put this on. Everything that Fanatics does is a party. It was sideline sections. Raising Cane's had a section. Fanatics had a section. All the stars are right there. Jamie Foxx, Lil Baby,
TJ
Ward, and 3 Ward was on the sideline. But you know, it was a great event, very entertaining. You know, Joe Burrow was out there, Tom Brady,
I mean, they were switching off quarterbacks left and right. You don't see that too much in flag football, at least not the flag football that I was playing. Ours was more similar to an actual football structure. And I think that's the way that everybody liked playing the game at the time. But the flag football game has changed immensely over the years to where it's basically its own sport. So it's kind of like how he said pickleball isn't tennis. Just like flag football isn't football. It's football, but it's not football. If it makes any sense, guys. It's rugby to professional football, / amateur, minor, whatever. Football with pads and helmets on is not the same as football without it. And, it starts to show because the fundamentals are different. So that's why these guys are already at a disadvantage when they came in. Yeah, they could throw, they could run, they could catch, but there's a lot more to it than just that.
Brother, I don't even like talking about him.
Jaden Daniels?
No, the boxing, the streamer guys.
Oh.
The Paul brothers out there, like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So it was.
Hey, there ain't no problem with not wanting to say somebody's name on stream. As you can see, and you guys were out for blood yesterday and the day before that too. I don't like to say certain people's names on stream because why? Why? Every time somebody says your name, you get a little bit more popular. And if I don't care about your popularity, I'm not going to keep saying your name. Unless you're sitting in front of me, and then I may address you. I may, if you addressed me first.
Not very competitive atmosphere.
But TJ, you're telling me, you've told us on this couch, Cody, that Tom Brady is the fiercest competitor you've ever played with. Tom Brady is down 40-10 by this team. You don't think he's like,
Tom
fuck
Brady, 50
these
years
guys,
old.
I'm going to give it my all.
Hey,
Joe Burrow, these are the fiercest competitors.
Tom Brady's trying now.
He was
Tom was competing now.
Yeah, but we're
As a
talking about,
competitor,
if you're going to
I don't
say
care if
that
it's a
this is
party
the
environment.
NFL representation of football, then let's get some of our more flag football friendly players in there, right? Like our Jamar Gibbs, right? H.N., Bajan Robinson, Kenneth Walker, those smaller type guys that very elusive, very great in space. Like Luke Kuechly, like he's not a guy you want on the field doing flag football. By the way, Luke Kuechly is yoked. He may be bigger now than he did when it
that
was.
That was pretty damn cool though to see, even though it was a flag football field, to see Luke Kuechly back on.
I mean, that's the thing. They wanted to sell tickets. Like, it wasn't the roster it should have been.
It's not the roster, right? Like to that point, no, they did a great job. Like there were some tangible things that the NFL or that the flag football guys did that were pretty amazing, right? They're really good in space. They got the little dip with the flag and spin. We've seen that. But to say that it was a highly competitive environment and that our guys was out there really trying to compete with the flag football guys would be remiss. Now those guys were out there; they had a point to prove. They definitely had a point. They was going out there like they was like they won the Super Bowl. They afterwards they got the trophies.
Look, none of this actually works, and that's what the problem is. If you're someone that clamors for more football, more of the bone crunching hits, and more of the speed, and more of the mano y mano, the man being man type of thing, you don't really get that in flag football because the physicality isn't there. except in the AF7 league. There's an AF7 league where it's a 7-on-7 full contact flag football league, if that makes any sense. There's no pads, no helmets. Everybody's wearing shorts and t-shirts, or those weird scully things they're all wearing these days. That's a different style of flag football, and no one really plays it outside of the people who are playing it. I think it's based in Vegas. Actually, I know it's based in Vegas.
Been talking like they won the Super Bowl. Shout out to those guys. You guys play very well, but you know, if we get our flag football friendly roster together, get some guys that aren't retired. Grunt was drinking beers on the sideline.
Well,
all type of craziness. You have receivers, the Hopkins, and they ain't never tried to make a tackle in their life trying to pull flags. Like, it was fun though. It was definitely fun.
And that's the thing is, and I even tweeted about it. I said, man, can we relax a little bit? Let's stop taking it so serious. Just laugh at it and have fun. Man, Grunt pulled his hamstring. Grunt pulled his hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing Luke Kuechly, Logan Paul, terrible athlete.
Hey, just because you buff,
like,
don't
come
mean
on,
you're
man. Like, you just, Tom, let me say this though. A couple different takeaways.
What's up, Cassie? How you doing? Cassie
Tom,
in the building,
when
y'all.
you said if we give you a month, you could go out there and light the NFL up, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. That sidestep and throw he made.
He should play for the Raiders for a second.
Yeah, I do believe that Tom Brady could go out there and still play quarterback at a high level. I don't know if he'll be the best in the game still, but he's definitely going to play at a high level. Have y'all seen some of the quarterback play we've had in the NFL lately? It has not been very good. We had teams go through 4 quarterbacks last year. 4. And if Shedeur Sanders wouldn't have been as serviceable as he was, the Browns would have been through 4 or 5 quarterbacks last year. It's nuts. They started the season with 4 rostered quarterbacks. 6. Let me think about this. They had Snoop, which is Huntley. They had him. They had Joe Flacco. They had Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson. I believe they had Kenny Pickett too. They had seven quarterbacks. And Shedeur Sanders was drafted in the 5th round of the NFL draft, which is so close to the bottom for somebody who was in, one of the highest paid programs in the NCAA in Colorado. But if they wouldn't have had him, they would have went through even more quarterbacks. It would have been even more issues. Left, right, up and down. We need quarterbacks in the NFL. And it's just crazy how nobody seems to be able to fit these systems. I mean, look at Geno Smith. Geno Smith is going back to the New York Jets after being in both Seattle, who won the championship last year after they traded him to Las Vegas. He's out of Las Vegas. Las Vegas hasn't been able to find a quarterback in forever. Derek Carr didn't work out, ends up retiring. Geno Smith didn't work out, ends up back with the Jets where he started at after being drafted there to replace, I believe Mark Sanchez, Captain Butt Fumble. I mean, it's just bad play. So yeah, if Tom came back, he'd probably be good. I mean, Phillip Rivers did it and he was serviceable, right? Right.
I believe it.
That was his first play of the game.
I believe it.
It was on 4th and goal.
I definitely
I hope
believe
the kids
it.
get better.
Him taking care of his body and all. You've seen, to your point, the addiction he has with this game. Yeah. Because as soon as he ran out, he turned it on. And his eyes, you've seen that look in his eyes. And Tom, if he wanted to still play, Tom could still play. It was great to see Odell.
Mm-hmm.
That was great to see.
Great one-hand catch.
Yeah. So, but when I think about the pro flag players or champions of any level, I don't care if you are 4 years old all the way to the pros. Champion is a champion. So I don't want to take away from the championship.
Oh. Where are my detractors now? A champion is a champion. You had to win. If you never won anything, shut the fuck up. It's just how it works. If you're a winner, you're a winner. If you're not, you're not. Don't be mad at me about it.
We think about the regular Olympics, they have the 3-on-3, then they have the on-the-court basketball. Those are 2 different groups that play completely different. The guys who play in the 3-on-3, you would think, okay, why don't we, if Kyrie didn't make the main team, put Kyrie out there 3-on-3. They get who they get for a reason. So the USA flag, I respect you guys for being who you are, and I personally believe they should represent us at the Olympics.
USA flag should represent the United States in the Olympics. Being somebody who understands what it means to represent the United States in the Olympics, I 100% and totally agree. This is in Greece.
I'm right up front smiling, knowing that I'm about to get a gold medal. Yeah, got my gold medal. I agree.
For flag football because this is what they do.
Yeah.
And that's fine. This is what they do year round. No, I don't think so because
got myself
the way
some
we
hardware
train our
too while we
bodies
were at
and
it.
what
Oh
we train
yeah.
for, we've trained to be specialists at our game. We don't have the time
Got my USA ring.
and energy to be able to do what we do.
World champion.
It's not like the NBA who plays that and then they go play the FIBA type of basketball. It's still basketball in a sense. The rules is different, the ball's different, all that. The root, so but flag is completely different. The concept is different. The spacing is different. The skill set is different. The rules are different.
But Joe Burrow ran
when
it.
I
They're
think
like, you can't do that.
But when I think about when fans are saying them versus us, no disrespect to anybody that's on those teams, but your coach versus Shanahan and Sean Payton, give those minds your rules and your game and watch what they come up with. Give all of our top athletes the time that y'all get and look at what they come up with. There's a reason, and this is no disrespect to those guys, that the athletes that we have that play at the top level of the pro football are still playing pro football, and y'all decided to go play flag. Because some of the flag players, even the head coach, he was a baseball player at first. Then he decided, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go over here and do this, and I fell in love with it. Now they put in the time and energy to be great at what they do. Those guys are exceptional at what they do, and I look forward to them.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's a fact. And we got. I might have time for 2 more segments today, but that is all for the NFL gets destroyed. I do believe that in the future we're probably going to see more NFL players, especially if flag football sticks as an Olympic sport. I will tell you, I had a fantastic time. I had a fantastic time with my time playing real football for the United States, and I will do it again given the next chance. Roxy said, "Yikes, good luck." Exactly. I'm with that one on that. I want that one, Roxy. And I just gotta say, you guys go support everybody that's doing it. We got to turn up for our athletes. But that is all for athletics. And it is 1:35 in the afternoon, and I think it's time for a stretch break. Oh yeah, what we gonna play today? I think we're gonna play this one.
I'm only gonna do this once. Classic. Lord God.
Everybody get your stretch on. Let's go. I'm sore. I had boxing today and yesterday. All of these muscles up here and behind my back, they are super sore.
I pray that you detach that from me.
Let's go. Stretch out.
They think ill about me, they still around me. Lord God, please set me free. I ain't going out like Gandhi, bet it won't be nobody next to me. Cause I'm watching the people I'm loving the closest way more than the people I don't. Cause the people
left
that hurt me
over
the
right.
most in this life be the people that's locked in my phone. They made a mistake, I gave them some grace. I make a mistake and they won't do the same. People be dishing out what they can't take and they take what they cannot get back to the game. I'm unforgiving cause I'm unforgetting the harbor resentment.
Right over left.
I am not Jesus, it ain't no repentance when I'm on a mission and moving relentless. Been here before, I know the feeling. Think it's forever to end it be chilling. Mike Jackson,
Get that neck roll, y'all. Let's go.
Close to midnight, I turn to the villain. Boundaries over sparing your feelings. Sebastian gone, you can cry me a rip. To be great, you gon' have to be different. When you say it,
Give
they
me at
gotta know
least
that you
10 on
meant
this
it.
neck
Long as
roll.
your actions match your diction, people gon' know that you standing on business. A lot of experiences come with this wisdom. I'm only
Bring it
giving
back the
you
other
what
way
I
now. Let's go.
Enlightened now, but
Another
still
10.
remember the time my mind was a prison. Enlightened now, but still remember the time I felt like a victim.
Oh yeah. Stretch out a little bit, y'all. I'm super sore, but it's all for the right things. Oh yeah, I'm super sore, but it's all for the right things. I might even have time for a random story time. Put your ones in the chat. Put your ones in the chat if you want a random story time today. If you do want a random story time today, let me know, and we can bring up a random story time for the day. We're not even gonna know what we're gonna look at or talk about. We're just gonna watch it. So if you guys want that, I want to see my ones in the chat. Put your ones up. We'll say if I get 5 ones in the chat, then we'll do a random story time. So let's go on to the next section of our show. And, you know, this is a big deal. I'm counting, y'all. I'm counting. Don't worry. I'm counting. This is a big deal in today's society. It's a two-income household trap. It's been told that in today's society that, you know, you and your partner, the person that you're with, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you guys need to work as hard as you can and grind as hard as you can to make as much money as possible to live in a place where you guys can feel safe. Well, that's been debunked a little bit. Never before, this current generation, has anyone had to work as hard as us as far as modern United States goes. They haven't had to work as hard as us in this economy to maintain the simple things like home ownership, a car or two, children, pets, and then a family vacation at least once a year. So we're not getting that anymore. Instead, what we're getting is spotty PTO, ridiculous mortgage rates, ridiculous interest rates on cars and credit cards, and just about anything else, payday loans, and ways to get by. Everyone's working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, a hustle. They have a side business, a cash under the table business. And I just don't think that that's sustainable for the future, especially because millennials are tired and millennials are fed up. You guys watched the episode Revenge of the Millennials. I'm sure you did. Once again, before we get going on this next section, if I get 5 of y'all putting their ones in the chat, then I'll do a random story time today. But if not, then sorry to the people that have already put it in there. You should rally the troops. Also, if you are not subscribed, subscribe. Like the video. It helps me out a whole lot when you do. It increases my chances of being seen in the algorithm. And also, we are on the road to monetization, at least with the super chats. We need to get to 500. This is a brand new channel. This is the Tezdown. I am Tez, and this is two-income household trap. Gonna be a lot of math in this, guy. So
this week,
let me know when you guys are ready to go. We're gonna do it together. Let's debunk some stuff.
Drive a 4-year-old Honda and a 6-year-old Ford. They have 2 kids in daycare and a mortgage on a house in a neighborhood with decent schools. So by every measure, these are responsible, hardworking people doing exactly what they were told to do. And last month, when their furnace broke, guess what they did? They put it on a credit card because they didn't have the cash sitting there to cover it. So that moment, that specific moment of putting this relatively small repair on a credit card when you make $128,000 a year, that's what this video is about. Today, I'm going to explain exactly why that happens, and I promise you, it has nothing to do with lattes or lifestyle creep. Let's get into why 2 incomes may actually be less than 1. So on paper, this couple has done everything right. So combined income puts them ahead of 3/4 of the country, and I think that's actually the most disorienting part of this whole situation that I'm going to explain in this video, because they know that. They know they make good money, they've looked at their pay stubs, they've done the mental math, and yet at the end of every month, there's almost nothing left. So why is that? There's no real savings building up. There's no investment account growing. Just 2 people working full-time, barely seeing each other during the week, and they're exhausted by Friday, and they're quietly wondering, if this is just how life is supposed to feel, I don't really think it is. I feel like I'm missing something, right? So this math should work out. So the fact that it doesn't means something is structurally broken, and it's not them, and that's exactly what I want to show you in the next slide. In 2003, a Harvard bankruptcy law professor named Elizabeth Warren, yes, that Elizabeth Warren, before she was a senator, when she was just a researcher, her and her daughter Amelia studied over 2,000 families who had filed for bankruptcy. So now think about what kind of families you'd expect to find in that data. People who overspent, people who made bad decisions, people who lived beyond their means. And yes, some of those families were there. But what Warren found that genuinely surprised her was this: 2-income families, they're actually more likely to go bankrupt. These are families where both parents worked, both parents had jobs, both parents were bringing home paychecks. They were filing for bankruptcy at higher rates than single income.
Well, let's check this out too. So you see this, you have 2 incomes instead of 1, 2,000 plus bankruptcy cases, and they're more likely to go bankrupt, 2-income household, married people. So would you guys hazard a guess here, along with me, that if you're in the 2-income trap, you also have a higher chance of divorce, creating single parents?
Families, not slightly higher, meaningfully higher. And the reason wasn't irresponsibility, it wasn't frivolous spending, it was that the system had quietly absorbed both incomes. They left no margin, okay, nothing left over. And the moment anything went wrong, a job loss, a health issue, a car that needed a repair, or in this case, $900 furnace, there was nothing there to catch them, okay? So that's the entire thesis of this video. Now let me show you the mechanics of how it actually works. To understand the trap, you have to understand what life looked like before that trap closed. Let's go back to 1970. The typical middle-class family had one primary earner who was usually the father.
Rigid Vibration says, should do head of household, no marriage, no kids. Funny that you should mention that, Rigid Vibrations, because that is exactly what he's going to describe right now. So while we're here, as you guys can see from this wonderful graph that this man's drawing on this whiteboard, you should see where everything was in the 1970s versus where they are today. And for those of you that think the 1970s was a really long time ago, read a book or two or 700, because it wasn't. It's not ancient times. The president's 30 years older than the people who were in the 1970s, just letting you guys know. The president is. So the president was already my age, which is crazy. So let's go. One income, house, healthcare, savings, vacation, 25% of income. Let's see what happens today.
Yes, ladies. Go back in the kitchen, please. And one...
He couldn't even say it with a straight face.
I'm just kidding. It's 2026. Everyone is the same. And one parent at home managing the household. And here's what people forget or maybe never even knew. That single income was genuinely enough. Not scraping by enough, actually enough. A median single income family in 1970.
And I'm going to tell you, my grandparents, my great-grandmother, and my grandmother did not work jobs. They didn't work jobs. They didn't have any income other than what their husbands brought in. And no one cared. And it didn't matter.
Could afford a median-priced home and spend only about 25% of their income on housing. That's the rule of thumb financial advisors still teach today. Keep housing under 30% of income. Have you heard that before? They were hitting it on one paycheck.
And that is not possible right now.
That's the difference. They could afford a car, healthcare, food, and still have money left over at the end of the month for savings and a summer vacation. Now, here's the part that really matters. The stay-at-home parent wasn't just cooking dinner and managing the schedule. They were a financial reserve, an unactivated second income sitting on the bench. If the breadwinner got sick, got laid off, got hurt, the other parent could enter the workforce. That was the backup plan. But now, two incomes is basically the foundation, okay? It was margin built into that two income earner household. It was just an extra safety net. Now, if we fast forward to today, female workforce participation has gone from about 43% in 1970 to over 57% now. And among married mothers, it's even higher. We took that emergency backup plan and...
So what you've seen is married women work more jobs than unmarried women. Bet you guys didn't see that one coming, did you?
Made it the everyday operating standard. Both parents are on the field all the time, and now when something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, it's life, there's nobody left on the bench to play. Okay, here's where I want you to really pay attention, because most couples look at their combined gross income and make financial decisions based on that number. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you need to base everything off net income. What do you take home at the end of the day? Net, 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 net. And this is the psychological core of that trap. Let's take the second income in our example.
Well, let's put this into perspective here. You can't count your net income the way that he's talking about counting it, because every viable metric that is used in determining purchasing power in the United States is based off of your gross income. It's based off of your gross income with your taxes. It's based off of your gross income when you will go to make a purchase. It's based on, well, certain purchases. Let's just say that. It's based off of your gross income when you're paying child support, paying alimony, or even when they're deciding to divvy up certain assets that were being released to you. Your gross income is what they go off of. And unfortunately, them going off nothing but your gross income is going to leave you a little bit incapacitated when it comes time to get some actual stuff done, because you're losing out on 25 to 40% of it, depending on your tax bracket. So in all honesty, you're starting off working off 75%. Before anything happens, you're working off of 75% just because you pay taxes, or in most cases, with most of our jobs, our taxes are taken out automatically. Rigid Vibration says women working actually makes it worse. More money you gain, the more money you pay in taxes, a lot of taxes, lots of taxes. So, I mean, he might explain this, he might not. If he does, we'll get to it. You know, maybe we'll give it an opinion, but you guys are free to have whatever opinions you want. I have no problem paying attention to them. Again, I'm gonna give you guys one more chance here. I need a couple of more 111s if you guys want a random story time. Otherwise, you don't get one today.
$55,000. That sounds meaningful. That sounds like it's doing real work for the household. Let's see where it actually goes. First, taxes. Here's something most people don't fully think through, because how progressive tax brackets work, the second income doesn't get taxed from the bottom of the bracket, it gets stacked on top of the first income. So it's immediately taxed at the higher marginal rate that the household faces. So after federal, state, and payroll, that $55,000
Bridget actually just pointed this out, guys.
$37,500 in actual take-home pay. You've already lost a third before you spent $1. Now, childcare. If you have one kid, just one kid, you're looking at a national average of about $15,000 a year for daycare. In cities like New York, San Francisco, or Boston, you're looking at double that. But we'll use the national average. You're now at $22,500. Okay, 55,000 minus 17 minus 15. Now, let's take a look at the second car. Most dual-income households need 2 vehicles. Car payment, insurance, registration, gas, maintenance, depreciation. Call it $8,500 a year, conservatively. You're at $14,000 now. And then there's the category nobody budgets for, but everybody experiences. I call it exhaustion spending, okay? When you're just done. At the end of the day, you're cooked, okay? You've been in Microsoft Excel all day. You've been in meetings. You've been whatever. When both parents work full days, they commute, they manage kids, and they finally get home at 6:30 p.m., nobody's cooking a meal from scratch, okay? I mean, obviously you do. I'm not saying everyone does this, but you're ordering delivery sometimes. Sometimes you're grabbing takeout on the way home. You're paying someone to clean the house on Saturdays sometimes because that's the only day you have to spend, and you'd rather spend it with your kids rather than cleaning all day. So you're buying pre-cut vegetables because you have 12 minutes to get dinner on the table. You guys get what I'm saying. Obviously, this is just an extreme.
Well, it's not an extreme. It's how we live. There's nothing extreme about what he's talking about. If you guys are in the chat, let me know. Do you guys cook every single day, or is it just easier sometimes to buy the kids food? Especially the single moms who watch. You guys worked all day, got the kids ready before school, before work, sometimes drop them off if they don't take buses. You know, I've done the single dad life. You know, I had to take care of everything and then get people together and then get ready for my day. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not telling you that it is. I'm telling you that to do both jobs every single day is not easy. So all of the women who know what I'm talking about, y'all go ahead and let me know, because I know I'm not the only person that experienced that. I'm not saying that it was super hard. I'm just saying it wasn't easy. What's up, Zayda Nukin? I wish I had a two income household. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. In today's society, I don't blame you for wishing that you had a 2-income household. Nice to see you in here too. Roxy said it's very much. Oh, this is Cassie. Zayden took over my channel apparently. What's up, Cassie? How you doing? This is the other Cassie, y'all. This is the other Cassie. How y'all are doing? How you doing? He looks like he did take over your channel. It's very much a reality, and sometimes it's easy just to buy takeout one day. Yeah, it is, right? It's a whole lot easier just to buy takeout sometimes than to try to slave over the stove. McKinnon says most shit isn't super hard. It's just a lot not super easy things that add up. Yeah, like you said, cutting vegetables up, trying to get stuff taken care of is not easy. It isn't easy for me when I was doing it as a single dad. I guarantee you it's not easy for the single moms that are doing it. And then to try to say that you have to do the same thing while going to work in a 2-parent household is probably going to create some animosity between you and your partner if you guys don't agree or have any knowledge the way that this guy's laying it out, or me and my friends talk about. You know, we all talk about dynamics all the time. Me and my friends do. You guys got a little bit of dynamics yesterday. You know, some differing of opinions between people that were talking in the chat and hosts. That's just how it works. The dynamic that works for you and your partner is the best dynamic. That's the one that it is, regardless of what your partner is. You know, we don't discriminate over here. We don't care. Do what you want to do. But I will say this. What he's talking about is a fact. It is much, much harder. And mind you, this video is like 2 years old. So it's going to be higher now
for this video, but that exhaustion spending is actually probably going to be another $7,500 a year alone. So after you subtract all of this out, you're left over with roughly $6,500 for the entire year. That is $3 an hour, okay? Someone is waking up early, dropping kids off, sitting in traffic, working a full day, picking kids up, collapsing on the couch, and the household is netting $6,500 a year for it. And remember, that's with one child. Add a second kid and you're at zero, maybe even negative. Now, I want to show you why the housing piece of this video is especially insidious, because it's not just houses that got more expensive in isolation. It's 2-income families. They actually caused the prices to rise and then got trapped by the prices they created. Again, supply and demand. So here's what happened. As 2-income households became the norm through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, families suddenly had significantly more purchasing power than before. And what did they do with that purchasing power? They competed for houses, right? The American dream. And trust me, I'm not one of these people that advocates for renting. I'm just hear me out here. Specifically, they competed for houses in neighborhoods with good public schools because if you're both working full-time, you want your kids in a good school. That competition drove prices up, way up. Median home prices have more than doubled relative to inflation since 1970. I know you can't read this because it's too small, but 1970 median price was 200 grand. If that, today it's 400,000. Okay. So when everyone in the market has two incomes.
So here we go. The same house in the 1970s would have been $200,000, and that was an expensive house in the 1970s. The same house today is $400,000 without any modifications. The exact same that it was in there. If you modify a $200,000 house, you're probably going to get 6 in today's society. Ask me how I know. I've been paying attention. If you want, we can go and do a quick search right now. Let's do a quick search right now so we can end this debate once and for all. Let's go to Zillow. You guys give me a town. Give me a town, any town. Somebody, the first person to give me a town is the first place we're going to go look for a house at. Somebody give me a town. We got McKinnon in here. We got Cassie. I know y'all live in different places. Rigid, Roxy. Somebody give me a town in anywhere in the United States where you might live at in Bonham, Texas. All right. Let's do Bonham, Texas. Let's do this together. Bonham, Texas. All right, let's go. Bonham, Texas. Let's look at the houses in Bonham, Texas. So $200,000 right now. This is a 3-bedroom house. Bonham, Texas looks like it's got some affordable homes, y'all. This one's obviously brand new, so that doesn't count. 92, that's not bad. We got a barn-dominium here. I'm gonna fight the urge to look at the barn-dominium right now. We're looking for a house that's decently aged. Only 80 grand for that. 2 beds, 2 baths, Bonham, Texas. Texas looks like it's got some affordable real estate, y'all. Okay, let's look at this one. This one looks like it's a decently older house. $650,000. Let's see what it was before. 6 acres, built in 2000, only 2005. Okay, so what was in 2005? Let's go down and find out. Estimated market value. Wow, this is about to be insane. I can tell you this right now. So as of March the 6th, 2026, it has gone to $650,000. That's actually lost price. So at its peak, it looks like it was $775,000. In 2023, it was $500,000. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's go all the way down to 2000. It originally sold, it looks like for 2007, for $266,000, and is now on the market for $700,000. So almost $500,000 of increase on the same house. Why would that be a thing? I don't know. Not to mention closing costs and all of that. You're going to be paying a lot more money. So this house originally sold for less than $300,000, and now it is more than doubled in market value. I wonder what it looks like. Have they changed anything on the house? Have they made it? This is still old. That's going to need to be redone. All that's going to need to be redone. It's probably inoperational. The house is not in bad shape, but it's definitely outdated. This house was not ready for pictures when they decided they were going to sell it. Not ready at all. What is going on up here? Yeah. They want you to pay $700,000. This bathroom is horrendous. It looks like they turned a bedroom into a closet. I mean, 5 bedrooms. That's a lot of bedrooms, though. Upstairs, personal gym. Yeah, okay. So it's a lot of land. It's a lot of property, but the house is extremely outdated from the way it looks. They got a nice little outside area. I don't think that I would pay $700,000 for it, though. Not at all. This is a normal house in the suburbs of Illinois. You're probably going to pay like $4 something for this in the suburbs of Illinois. Maybe you're just paying for the land, but you got a carport, no garage. Does it ever snow or rain a lot here? Well, I mean, you got a lake right next to it or a pond, so there's definitely water runoff somewhere. But as you guys can see, just from this one example, you go from a house that was in the lower 200,000s to being listed for over $700,000, and it's just insane what the price of living has done. Let's go back to our story now.
2 incomes become the minimum requirement, not an advantage.
Yes,
So
sir.
now
Yes,
you need
sir.
2 incomes just to afford what 1 income used to buy. So think
Ain't
about
nothing
that for
like calling in a
It's an
pickup
arms
order.
race where everybody escalated and nobody won. And now,
Thanks.
congratulations, you have a higher mortgage payment for the rest of your life.
You're all good, Ray.
So, and it actually gets tighter than that. Public school quality in this country is largely tied to local property taxes. So guess what?
And we got McKinnon said most houses in this town are wildly outdated. The water is crap, and they still charge that. Yeah, $700,000 for a house that costs $230 something in the beginning. He said, like the feedback. Thanks, Bridget. Hey, all of y'all are doing the thing today. It said Kyle, Texas. We already did Bonham. We did Bonham. I saw that one first. Fort Mill, South Carolina. Yeah, we have to do this more than once. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Which means good schools exist in expensive neighborhoods. So parents reasonably, understandably, it's their kids, they stretch their budgets to buy into those zip codes. They're not paying private school tuition.
If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Helps me out a lot.
But they are paying the equivalent through that in their mortgage every month for 30 years. The moment you sign that mortgage at 2 income capacity, the trap closes. You cannot go back to 1 income, okay? Because you already locked in that mortgage payment for 30 years. So you can't downshift. You can't have one partner take a year off when a kid is born or a parent gets sick.
Hey, Chanel, how you doing?
Requires both paychecks now, every month, without exception, forever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, most people are typically taking out 30-year mortgages. So unless one spouse gets, a significant increase in income, the other one is going to have.
So this probably came out before the new and improved 50-year mortgage. The new 50-year mortgage will lock you up into one house for the rest of your natural life. If you are in your 30s and it's time to buy your first home, because let's face it, a lot of people in their 30s haven't even bought their first homes yet because the market has been garbage since we were in high school. For example, there was a market crash late 2007, 2008, where the whole housing market bubble boom burst and everything decided to cost a whole lot more money. And a lot of people lost a lot of money and a lot of inflation happened that year. If you remember, gas prices even went up. It was terrible. It still is. It hasn't gotten any better. And now it's just getting worse. There's a 50-year mortgage that they want people to sign the rest of their life. If you're, let's say you graduated in 2008, that would make you like 35, 36 right now. You're just going to buy your first house. You got your wife, you got a single child, and you got a dog. And you want to buy a 2-bedroom house. It's going to cost you $400,000. 50 years. The interest rates are over 6% on the home mortgages right now. So you're going to be paying for this for the rest of your natural life. And if the kids are lucky, they'll be paying for it too. Screw their college. They don't need to go because you can't afford it. If they don't get a scholarship, they don't go to college. That's just how it works. Take this 50 years so you can get a house in this economy. Yeah, that's what they want you to do. And they said you made me feel old. My bad. My bad. Roxy said, hit the 111 for a random story time. Y'all will get it. If y'all hit y'all 111s, I want to see that happen.
To continue working to uphold that base level of income. Okay, I want to touch more on the zero margin and everybody basically operating on an empty thesis from a 2019 Fed study. But before that, let's get into today's video sponsor, Policy Genius. February is usually when all that new year, new me energy starts. The 15 Federal Reserve study found that 40% of American adults could not cover a $400 emergency expense without.
I'll read it. Small, unexpected expenses. Relatively small, unexpected expenses, such as car repair or a modest medical bill, can be a hardship for many families. When faced with a hypothetical expense of $400, 63% of adults in 2019 said they would cover it exclusively using cash, savings, or a credit card paid off at the next statement. A 2% point increase from 2018. In 2013, half of adults would have covered such an expense this way. As discussed in the financial repercussions from COVID-19 section of this report, the share of all adults who would pay using cash or its equivalent were nearly unchanged in April 2020. Although those who lost a job or had their hours reduced were less likely to indicate they would pay the expense in this way. Figure 14 would cover a $400 emergency expense completely using cash or its equivalent by the survey year. As you can see, this has steadily gone up since 2013, and I would hazard a guess that it's still rising today in 2026.
Borrowing money or selling something. That's 40%, 4 out of 10, okay? 40 out of 100. So now I want you to sit with that number just for a second, because that is not a study of low-income households. Many of those people have 2 incomes. Many of them look fine from the outside. They have the nice house, the 2 cars in the driveway, kids and activities, decent neighborhood, and they cannot absorb a $400 surprise without putting it on a credit card. That is the furnace repair example from our couple at the beginning of this video. That is the transmission that goes out at the worst possible time. That is the emergency room visit with a $600 copay. So these aren't catastrophic events, okay? These are normal life events. And the reason so many two-income households can't handle them is because they don't earn enough money. It's because their entire cost structure was designed around the assumption that both incomes would flow in perfectly every month, indefinitely, forever, with nothing going wrong. And that assumption is always wrong eventually, okay? It's Murphy's Law. So the 1970 single income household had a built-in slack, okay? They had a shock.
I also have AAA, and let me tell you, mine has doubled as well, and it sucks, but because you need it as an adult. Unless you have an insurance company that takes care of it for you, AAA is always the way to go. Rigid Vibration said the rat race. You see, this is why I always talk about not wanting to have a boss. You know what I mean?
No more day job. I was tired of being a slave.
That's just how it works for me. You know what I'm saying?
If the primary earner lost their job, the other parent could enter the workforce. It wasn't ideal, but it was a real option that could stabilize the family while they got back on their feet. Today's dual income family has already used that option. It's gone. Both people are already working. Both incomes are already committed. So when something goes wrong, and obviously something is going to go wrong, there is no lever to pull. There's no backup. It's just a fixed cost structure that doesn't care about your circumstances. Okay, so what do you actually do with this? Because I understand the reaction right now might be, okay, but I already have the mortgage. I already
Shout
have
out to Anonymous coming through. I don't know if you're still here, McKinnon, but Anonymous has said, I need that hoodie. I don't know what it is about this hoodie, guys, but hey, I appreciate every time somebody brings it up. I did not know that this was a special thing, and I just bought it because I thought it looked cool, and I saw Myles Garrett wear it. I've seen a bunch of people wear it. Thank you guys very much for always big ups in my hoodies and my shirts. It makes me feel like I made great decisions when it came to how I clothe and dress myself, especially on live streams. So thank you, Anonymous, for wanting my hoodie, and thank you to McKinnon. What's up, Plug is in the building. Uncle Plug is in the building, y'all. Say what's up to Uncle Plug. Thank you guys for that. I had to shout out Anonymous for saying they want my hoodie. It is one of the funniest things that you guys do for me each and every single day is try to buy my hoodies off my back. I appreciate it. Or steal them.
car payments. I'm already on the hook or in the trap, if you want to call it that. And look, if that's you, this isn't about guilt. I'm not fat shaming or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, in the meantime, Conversations with Soft Rain is here, as are other members of the RSC. If you guys are in the building, please put into the chat the link to purchase RSC merch. And when I say purchase RSC merch, you can purchase Raw Society Coalition shirts, hoodies, hats, I think socks. But you can also purchase individual channels things. So if you like any of the individual channels that are part of the Raw Society Coalition, whether it be the Classic Codes, whether it be Souls of Thought and the No Middleman podcast, whether it be Conversations with Soft Rain and her raindrops, or Uncle Plug and his plugs, or myself, the Tezdown and our ones, you guys can purchase our individual merch for individual channels at this website that is getting dropped in the chat. So thank you for that. Let me guys let me know. Send something to me on social media. If you purchase any of our merch, I'll make sure that I put it on screen and give you a shout out. So if you guys, as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, that is none of this works. You can skip the super chat because we're not eligible for it yet. You have cash tag Tessie Shay for Cash App. My Zell's there, and all of my socials at Soul Reaper 24. If you guys DM me a picture of you guys wearing any of the Raw Society Coalition and the individual channels merch, I will put it on live and shout you out and leave it on screen for a little bit. Might even make you the background, depending on how I feel that day. Go for it, guys. Let's finish this up so we can get to our random video of the day. Classic just made sure that we get a random video of the day. Shout out to Classic for being in the building. Didn't even know you were here, brother.
Classic.
As always, if you guys have tags, I love to play your tags. I really do. I love to play your tags.
1,000,001 ways for a man to get paid. Rather work myself into my own damn grave than to...
So I'll play your tags. Yes, I will. One more time.
Classic.
Let's finish this one up. As you can see, Soft Rain has put it on the building. You can go and get some of that from our shop if you want to. If you guys want cool hoodies and stuff and individual channel merch, it helps us all out greatly. We are on tour. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that towards the end of the show. Let's finish this part. It's Tezdown. Yeah, I'm giving them Tezdown syndrome today. We hitting them with the real facts.
Income shaming. Dual income shaving. It's about being honest about where you are and making a deliberate decision about where you go from here. So here's the framework. Say your household brings in 140 grand combined, okay? 80 grand, 60 grand, okay? $80,000 and $60,000. The one income foundation approach says this, okay? Structure your fixed costs if you can. I know it's 2026 and everyone's stretched, but structure your fixed costs. So your mortgage, your cars, your non-negotiables, your bills, so that the $80,000 income can carry them alone. I know it's very hard in 2026, but hear me out here. You may have to downgrade your lifestyle. Americans are shocked. So not comfortably on two incomes. So I try to draw like a skyscraper with one income as the foundation, and then the second income, so two incomes will actually go to this stuff over here, okay? That might mean buying a house worth $280,000 instead of the $420,000 the bank says you qualify for. It might mean one car payment instead of two. It might mean a neighborhood that's...
So again, this is us as individuals in this country with this economy who are in relationships in this particular scenario. You're in a two-income relationship, in a home, in a family, in a nuclear family, whatever. And you have to downgrade your life, which is a normal life. If you are an adult and you had a car, which you needed, if you're an adult, in most of the places in the United States, you're going to need a car because the public transportation system is trash. It's just how it is. Now you can only afford one car. You can afford less by being together in a relationship, living together, and having two incomes than you can if you're by yourself. Why is that?
Good, but not the most prestigious zip code in the area. And yes, that is a real sacrifice. You will drive past houses you could technically afford. Your friends who make similar money might be in bigger houses, and that social pressure is real. I'm not dismissing it. But here's what happens on the other side of that decision. Every dollar of that second income, okay, instead of disappearing into childcare and commuting and exhaustion spending, it goes to work. Emergency fund first, okay? 3 to 6 months of expenses. Then retirement accounts, max them out. Then taxable investment accounts. Every dollar you put in is buying back something that money can't usually buy, which is the whole point. It's options. It's freedom units. That's all money is. So the option to have one partner slow down if they need to, the option to have a medical crisis without financial panic, the option to change careers.
And that medical crisis is usually pregnancy.
Without the whole household collapsing. So within 5 to 10 years of this approach, compounding actually starts to do meaningful work. And you'll find yourself in the position that most dual income households never reach, okay? It's actually financially being secure, okay? Not just earning well, okay? Actually secure. That's the whole point of this foundational drawing right here. So I want to leave you with one idea that I think reframes this.
So I can do this for him at this moment before we move on to our random story time of the day, okay? If you are, let's read these. Uncle Plug said, what's happening, family? Rigid Vibration at the Rat Race. What's up? Classic in the building. You guys definitely get some of this merch that we got going on. Roxy said, thank you, Classic. I wasn't sure my votes were counting as one. Interdeep said, unemployment insurance in Arizona provides temporary. I lay myself so I can trigger that benefits. Uncle Plug said, the American Dream was an advertisement. It was. Rigid Vibration said, should lease with great credit. And right now, that makes the most sense. You know, leasing with great credit is probably the best option for people like us. Everyday people doing everyday things every day. But I'm going to tell you guys something. And Rocky said it was a false advertisement. Half the problem that most people have when they're trying to be consumers is they want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to keep up with the Rockwells. You don't have to keep up with anybody. Just do what works for your family. Stop worrying about what everybody else has got and what everybody else is doing. And he mentioned that in this video, that you drive past people and you see, I should be able to afford that. I should be able to live there. No. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing and look at what you need to do to get what you need to get where you need to go. You can't do that if you're worried and being stuck on what everybody else has or doesn't have. In order to be able to be successful, in order to be able to do what you need to do, you need to stay in your lane sometimes. And moving outside of your lane, trying to keep up with somebody else is disingenuous to begin with. You don't even really want what they have because you don't want to do what they did to get it. I'm going to tell you this right now. I have no desire to be a part of corporate structure. None whatsoever. And because of that, while we get this together, I'm just going to say I'm going to play this song again because you guys asked for it. Thank you for the anonymous super chat to play it again. I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying. I am not hating on a two-income household. I am not hating on women working. I'm not hating on men working because everybody needs to survive. And unfortunately, we're in the two-income household trap. everybody's got to do their part. Everybody's got to have some skin in the game, as it's been said on multiple occasions on this show. You have to be able to do your part right now. And it's really difficult and it's really hard because that's the way that the system has set it up. So unless you want to move somewhere else or live somewhere else or work a different job or make more money or hit the lottery, this is how it's playing out. And there's not too much we can do about it because the people before us voted for it. Those people that bought their house in the 70s and the 80s, before credit was a thing. Credit wasn't a thing until 1989, guys, if you didn't know. Before credit was a thing, those people have an advantage over everyone else because they're selling their houses at 3 or 4 times the amount they purchased them for, and sometimes more. I saw a house that was sold for $25,000 go for $450,000 just last week. Just last week. Nothing was changed. Thank you for the super chat, Anonymous. I appreciate you sending money to my Cash App. It was great. I'm going to buy myself some lunch with it. Thank you for my life.
Get these blood suckers another damn day. Gotta find a way to make my own way. Trying to run my race with my own race. They say we come from monkeys, so when I die, split my money with my apes. When I die, split my money with my apes. We the taste makers, y'all ain't really got no taste. Pour some Bel Air, celebrate cause we great. And pour something out for my homies that ain't make it. When I die, split my money with my apes. Till then, I'ma have a baddie feed me grapes. Till then, I'ma switch the motto and the make. When I die, split my money with my apes. I ain't got no boss, Dame Dash. Still 60 million in my forecast. I'm about to put the logo in the floor mats. Ain't gonna be happy to me and Ross check the same bag. 10 years in and I ain't mad. It usually go fast when it came fast. You the woulda, coulda, shoulda at the barbershop. Said you had all the talent, but you ain't last. I'd rather say I tried and I came last. I'd rather make a throw to know I can't pass. They say hard time build character. If you ain't been through nothing, how the hell we know you ain't glass? If you built to fail, do it while we own land. Everybody around me is their own man. If you can't hold your own, you on your own, man. Get so much done that they think I got.
Everybody around me is their own man.
Classic.
Y'all make sure y'all give Classic some love on SoundCloud. Best Be Class Music for blessing us with all the music that he has blessed us with. So thank you. I like the fact that like my two boys, they make music for me. I appreciate. Maybe they don't make it for me. Maybe they just making it, but I like it. So let's go with the random story time. I'm ready. Are y'all ready for the random story time? I definitely am. Let's go.
On how I lost my baby daddy of 4 years and my best friend of 3 years within 24 hours. By the way, this literally happened 3 days ago. But anyways, my baby daddy, we share a car. It's my car, but I let him use it for work and everything because he doesn't have one. Anyways, he was going out with his coworkers. And this is about like the 4th time he's gone out. Every single time he goes out till like 6 or 7 a.m. Anyways, he stays out like literally that late, doesn't text me the entire time, does not care, and then comes back in the morning and tries to apologize and stuff, but like, what the fuck? Anyway, this time my mom was watching our son for the night because she had him while I was at work and she wanted to keep him for the rest of the night. Cool. You can keep him for the rest of the night. I'll just come pick him up in the morning. So I was like, how about we do something for the night? Because, you know, we don't really get alone time without our son. We can do something together. Because he wanted to go to the bar. I'm 20. I cannot go to a bar. I was like, why don't we just do something together? And you can hang out with your coworkers another way. No. He wanted to go with his coworkers. Okay, he went with his coworkers. Anyway, I am texting his phone. And I'm not like blowing up his phone. I didn't text him until like 3 a.m. Okay, he went out at midnight. Bars close at 2 in North Carolina. Okay, they have to close by 2. So he's still not responding, still not texting me back. Texting me at 4. I say, if you're not back home by 5 a.m., you're never using my fucking car again. Other than for our son going to and from work. And then 5:30 comes. He is still not home. So I texted him. I said, if you are not back by 7 a.m., we're done. Point blank, that's it. And he does not have service on his phone. So he can't text me back if he doesn't have service. So I couldn't see his location either. But he was at one of his coworkers' house. He could have connected to their Wi-Fi and texted me back if he really wanted to. But he didn't. He was out for 7 hours from midnight to 7 a.m. Anyway, next morning, I'm not talking. I'm giving him a silent treatment. I get in the car because we have to both go to work. I get in the passenger seat because I'm the only person that rides in the passenger seat. He drives. I'm passenger princess, whatever.
Are you
My
kidding me?
seat is reclined all the way back. I'm like, I literally fall back in the seat. I was like, what the? Because I'm the only one that sits there, so it shouldn't be reclined back. So I pull it back up, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, okay. And I just had a feeling. I just had an itch, you know. So the next day, I go on his phone and I'm looking through Instagram messages because he asked his coworkers if we could go to a restaurant instead of a bar so I could come. And I saw the girl he texted to ask. Didn't think of any of it then, but then I saw the conversation was deleted. Why would you delete the conversation just because you're asking if I can come with y'all if y'all go to a restaurant instead? So that was weird. That was weird. So what did I do? Looked up how can you retrieve Instagram's deleted messages. And then what did I do? I went onto his Instagram, downloaded all his Instagram data to my phone so I could see deleted messages, current messages, all of it. And then he went to go get food, takeout, which, by the way, he wanted to go to his job to get takeout. I told him I don't like their food, so I'm good. I got something else. But he wanted to go to his job. He said, well,
This is a tasty burger.
I'm just going to sit and dine in. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Just get takeout and come back home. He said, no, it'll be cheaper. I'll just sit and dine in. I was like, okay, that's weird as fuck, but all right. So while he's gone, I'm going through the Instagram messages and I see this girl was in my fucking car. Not only that, he was texting her, telling her how he felt unhappy in the relationship, how we were rocky and wasn't. Oh man.
Hey, I gotta ask, would you guys be unhappy in the relationship if all this is going on too? So here we go with the phones. Roxy asked, Into Deep, what is the septum ring theory? I'm gonna read it, guys. Don't shout at me. Into Deep says, the septum ring theory is a social media stereotype suggesting that women with septum piercings are inherently rebellious, outspoken, or unconventional, often defying traditional femininity. Y'all have it out in the comment section. That does not include me.
We were rocky. I mean, we have a kid, and we're new parents. It was a little rocky. But he's telling her all this and telling her how last time they hung out, he wanted to kiss her so bad, and he couldn't get to. And so that night, he kissed her. He kissed her! And then let her ride in my car! My all pink interior car. Yeah. And let's not forget, this girl knows about me, okay? Because literally 3 days before this happened, I came into his job because it was Halloween night and came to pick him up with our son in his Halloween costume. They're like, oh my gosh, hey. And this girl had the audacity.
Damn, Jimmy, this is some serious gourmet shit.
And be like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, girl. Like, your body's snatched. Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. While you've been messing with my man for 2 weeks. Cool. Well, not my man anymore. You can have him, Sid. You can have him, Sid the Sloth. I really don't care. Anyway, I find out. I tell him, come straight home.
Want this smoke?
And he comes home. And I'm like, so, I saw all your Instagram messages. I downloaded them all to my phone. Saw all deleted ones, new ones, anything that's on there. I
don't get to talk.
Lumber is at a 5-year-low conversation.
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah, anyways. So after he sat there quiet and I told him, speak up, say something, because I'm about to kick you out the house.
Shame.
He was like,
shame.
He was like,
shame.
I was like, bruh, come on. So I asked him how long it's been happening. He said 2 weeks. And I told him, you don't need to lie to me because I've already read all the messages. So just be honest at this point. He told me he only kissed her once and it was just a kiss. I don't fucking believe that shit. Why was my seat all the way back and reclined if it was just a kiss? Cool. I'm not going to believe that. I really don't care. Anyway, he's pretty much saying that he did it because he just didn't know what to do. Like he was unhappy, blah, blah, blahzy buzzy. I was like, okay.
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
So what I do, I call his sister. I say, hey, your brother just cheated on me. Come pick him up. He's out of my house. And I went to go pack up his shit. And I said, hey, do you want to help me pack up your stuff so you can go? And he didn't say nothing. Not a word. He just sat there in silence on the couch. So I took it upon myself to pack it up for him and put it on the couch next to him, waiting for his sister to get there. And don't get me wrong, I was crying this entire time. I was definitely crying and bawling my eyes. If you missed that part next.
Never in your entire life, chat. Never in your life trust someone who is telling you, I was bawling, I was crying, and it was so great. They're lying. Come on now. You were bawling, you were crying, and you had all these feelings and these emotions. What's up that you talking about?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God.
Stop lying. Come on.
And so his sister comes, picks him up. I asked my best friend to come over because I just got cheated on with a dude I've been for 4 years and have a kid with.
Best
friend?
You
know, I need some comforting.
It's a man, baby.
Cool. I'm friends with him too, whatever. She comes over and I think she's comforting me. I think she is at least. And I'm crying, but then I stop crying because I've been crying for the past 2 hours. I'm out of tears. And it's gotten to a point where I'm almost feeling manic. And I'm calm. I'm calm. Like I'm crazy calm. Like
I'm gonna
a type of calm where it's like this bitch is about to go insane. That type of calm. Story time on how I lost my baby daddy of 4 years and my best friend of 3 years within 24 hours.
Look, y'all, that's part one. We don't have time for part two. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. We're gonna see what these guys are talking about. So we know she lost the baby daddy. We know she lost the best friend. We don't know how we lost the best friend. We know how she lost the baby daddy. I would hazard a guess here that the baby daddy was also banging the best friend, and that's just how he did it. He was tired of her, like she said, and he just let's go.
That's a
and had as much as he wanted to have. What do you guys think?
indeed.
I thought so too. What's in the comment section? What you guys talking about? Roxy said, "Oh, I never heard of that. Appreciate the education." Into Deep's got the eyes and the laughing. Roxy said, "If you don't trust, then just don't be in a relationship." And I agree. If you don't trust the person that you're in a relationship with, don't be with them. It's not a thing. She said, "If I'm bawling crying, it's going to be in my bed, not packing anyone that got hands and feet to help themselves." Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're not calling them or anything like that. Would you say that's unconventional? I would say that's very unconventional. Yes, I would. So maybe your theory has some credence. I don't know. Maybe it's just a stylistic choice, but I'm not here to judge today. That's not my job. I am not the judge or the jury on what's going on there. I'm just a guy that...
Don't you worry about me. I'm a master of martial arts, and I'm also packing some serious heat.
You know, you guys, in this random story time that we do every time, man, every time it's something weird. I didn't watch it, I didn't read it, and that's just how it goes. But there is something that we need to talk about. There is, and we need to talk about it right now. If you guys would be so kind to pay attention to the chat here and what we got going on, not the chat, the screen here. I will show you guys what we did in Chicago and how the Raw Society Coalition is on tour. This is a tour that is coming to you, Columbus, Georgia, on June the 6th. The Raw Society Coalition will be there to put on a show for y'all, just like we did here in Chicago.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul.
This is the Raw Society Coalition channel page. You guys take a screenshot of the Raw Society Coalition channel page. I wonder what it looks like with me right next to it. Yeah. I'm gonna put it over here. You guys take a screenshot of this. These are the Raw Society Coalition. The Raw Society Coalition has its own channel as well as its own social media presence. You guys can find the Raw Society Coalition all over the social medias. Check them out if you want to, the metaverses and whatnot. You have 5 content creators that are going to be on there. And we've all been putting out videos lately. We've been packing y'all with content to get you through your daily lives. We have the Classic Codes, who should be coming up next today, Souls of Thought, and the No Middleman podcast. You guys should have caught the show last night. It's probably another one tonight, I believe. And the members of that one would be also Souls of Thought himself, Uncle Plug TV, and Conversations with Soft Rain, the No Middleman podcast. Uncle Plug has been putting out all types of story times and new videos, and last night he had one about the family dynamic, and Conversations with Soft Rain with her men's panel, as well as some of the other stories, and her call-in channel, which was very successful. If you guys did not check in on Conversations with Soft Rain's call-in channel, please go ahead and do that. Please subscribe to all of these channels, and you guys are here with me right now on the Tezdown. Thank you for being here with me tonight. well, this morning, I should say, this afternoon. I appreciate that greatly. Please take a screenshot of that and you guys get to that. And we got a good week coming up for you guys. At some point this week, you guys are going to get part 2 of the human experience, as well as Classic and I calling a boxing match between us. I guess you could call them influencers, you call them personalities or celebrities with Aiden Ross's celebrity boxing program. We're going to call that fight because it's entertaining for us. It's not necessarily a professional fight, but we're going to call it in front of you guys. I'm working out the logistics of that now. And I got more show for you guys. So if you guys got something that you guys want to talk about, please join us on our Discord. Rain, if you could put the Discord, or In Too Deep, or Roxy, if you guys can put the invite to the Discord for the Raw Society Coalition in there, where you can see all of these individual channels that I've mentioned today. You guys can join our Discord and be a part of that Raw Society Coalition. And there's tons of conversation, discussion that's going on in there. Make sure you guys use the new stickers and the buttons that are in there. Everybody's got their own sticker. Everybody's got their own button. Join a group. Let me know which chat you came from. I'll put that color on there, assign you to that role, and we'll get it going. It has been a blast here this afternoon with you guys. Make sure you guys catch the Classic Codes this afternoon. If you guys are interested in more politics, go ahead and check in with our Ben Podcast friends. Me being an original member of the Ben Podcast, I definitely got to always bump the Ben Podcast. You know, got some buddies over there. They're talking about some hefty politics today. There we go. Yeah, let's go check out the Ben Podcast if you guys have not given them a like, subscribe, and a follow. You know, they're pushing their way towards 2K. The 2K subscribers, just so you guys can understand, they're 2,000. K equals 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. We're not talking about individual personalities at the moment. But that's what they're trying to do, and that's what that's where I came from. That was my very first group that I was a part of, a collective, as some people might call it. You know, one show there. But thank you guys for being here. I don't see that Discord in there. I don't want to end before the Discord pops up, so maybe I'll just put it in there myself. If you guys haven't gotten to it yet, maybe I'll just do it myself. And sometimes that's the best way to get things done, is to do something yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. Here is the Discord link for everyone that wants to join our Discord. Link is right there in the chat. You guys can join us as well. If you guys don't follow my Twitch, this is my Twitch channel, TezzyShade24, the same as my cash tag. You guys can find me there. Sometimes I'm playing video games, sometimes I'm not. Lately, I've just been talking to y'all, which is just fine. That is the Discord link for the Tezdown. And there was also the Twitch for the Tezdown. So I appreciate you guys for showing up today. You guys have been great to me. You guys maybe learned a little bit about why we have a 2-income problem. Saw why the NFL players weren't necessarily very good at flag football. And we got some random story time on top of a House of Hypocrites video with a crazy Karen. If you guys are just now joining me and you missed all of that, please go back and watch it. It does wonders for my algorithms, my personal algorithms, and my analytics, and it lets me know that I'm getting you guys what you want to see. So if you want more content and stuff that we haven't talked about yet, or if you got ideas, go ahead and throw them in our Discord chat. Even if it's not good for me, somebody of the 5 of us is going to be able to talk about this. And who knows, maybe I'll join them. You never know where I'm going to pop up. You have no idea, because I do have a stigma about
say his name and he appears.
Anytime you say my name, I like to pop up. So maybe if y'all go over there and say my name a little bit, maybe I'll pop up over there. But you guys have been great. I am Tez. This is the Tezdown. You guys stay tuned. Watch some extra videos. Just put a like on everything that I got. Hell yeah. Share it out. Like it. Have a good time, just like I do. I'm going to keep on giving you high quality stuff. I'm 2-4. I'll see you guys in another 2-4.
I'm the Tez. I'm the Tez.
Welcome to the Tezdown. Welcome.
I'm the Tez.
Mic check 1 2. Welcome. Welcome to the Tezdown. Party time.